Hello, Organic Pony. This is Princess Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, and Princess Celestia. And today, a new Thomas and Friends Storytime story was released. Yep, this one is based off the fairy tale, The Elves and the Shoemaker. And this one is called Thomas and the Elves. Yep. So let's get jiggy with it. Okay. Roll it!
One evening on the island of Sodor, Thomas was just settling down in his shed when Sir Topham Hatt appeared.
Thomas,
My
I
old
just
friend.
noticed the shunting yard is a bit messy, and I was wondering if you would tidy it up first thing in the morning before you start your other jobs.
No problem at all, sir. I'll have it spick and span in no time.
Great!
Oh, that's what I like to hear, Thomas. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the shed bugs bite.
Said Sir Topham
Shed
Hatt,
bugs.
amused by
Bed
his
bugs.
own joke. And Thomas, wanting to be
Topham.
really useful and not let Sir Topham Hatt down, decided to wake himself up extra early.
Oh, it's morning! Extra early.
First to the shunting yard.
But when Thomas got there, he found no mess whatsoever.
Huh?
All the cars were neatly lined up in rows. Thomas had never seen the yard looking so tidy.
How strange.
Indeed.
Just then, Percy came past.
Percy!
Morning, Thomas. What are you doing up so early? I came to tidy the shunting yard, but it looks like someone beat me to it.
Yeah.
Was it you, Percy? Not me, Thomas. I've just finished delivering the mail.
All right.
That's taken me all night. Oh, yes, of course. Bye, Percy.
Bye-bye, Percy.
So Thomas carried on his way.
Huh.
But he couldn't help wondering who must have tidied away those cars.
Do you
That
think
evening,
it's...
as Thomas settled down in his shed, Sir Topham Hatt appeared again.
Thomas, thank you so much for tidying up the shunting yard earlier. There's nothing I like more than a neat row of cars.
Thank you,
Little does he
sir.
know, it
Said
wasn't
Thomas,
him.
feeling a little bit guilty.
Although, I'm afraid to say, it's become rather messy again.
Oh,
I was
my.
wondering if you would be able to tidy it up before your other jobs again.
Yes, of course, sir. You can always count on me.
But this time, Thomas decided to wake himself up even earlier than before.
Ooh. Very, very early.
Right, to the shunting yard.
Oh, boy.
Thomas raced away quickly, in the hope he would find the shunting yard just as messy as Sir Topham Hatt said it was. But when Thomas got there, he couldn't believe his eyes.
It's clean again.
There wasn't a single car out of place. They were
Wow.
all neatly lined up in rows, just like before.
Someone's doing it for
It
him.
was the spickest and spannest shunting yard Thomas had ever seen.
This is very strange indeed.
I'll say.
Just then, Nia came past.
Oh, Nia.
Good morning, Thomas. What are you doing up so early?
Oh, good morning, Nia. I came to tidy the shunting yard, but it looks like someone beat me to it. Again. It
Wow.
wasn't you, was it?
No, Thomas, it wasn't. Although I'd have been happy to do it. At least now you have more time to do your other jobs.
Oh, yeah, of
See you
course.
later, Thomas.
Bye,
And
Nia.
with that, Nia chuffed away. And
This
Thomas
really
was
is
still
a mystery.
confused.
It
Who
really
could
is,
possibly have
Celestia.
tidied away those cars?
Well, maybe a third time's a
That
charm.
evening, Sir Topham Hatt appeared for a third time.
Thomas, another impressive day's work I see. That shunting yard was the tidiest it's ever been.
Oh, dear,
Although,
Topham, if
I'm
only you
afraid to
knew.
say it's got messy again. I was wondering
Not
if you would...
again.
well,
We are just
you
won't
know,
stay
Consider it
clean.
done, sir.
And once again, Thomas decided to wake himself up extra early. Although this time, he decided to wake himself up much, much earlier than before.
Like before the sunrise? Probably.
Here we go again.
Third time's a charm.
Thomas was desperate to catch the mystery engine. But when he arrived at the shunting yard, he couldn't believe it.
Again?
Everything was tidied away, just like before.
What?
Oh, I give up.
That's when Diesel came past.
Thomas, what are you doing up so early? Up to no good, are we? I don't suppose you tidied up the shunting yard, did you, Diesel? Why would I do that? I know I like to play tricks, but tidying up for a steamy would just be silly.
But it would be nice.
Diesel scurried away.
That Diesel.
Thomas was baffled.
Indeed.
This was very strange indeed. Thomas needed an idea. And right there and then, one flew into his funnel.
That was quick.
Thomas raced away to tell Percy.
Ooh, Percy's gonna help.
I have a plan, Percy. Tonight, I'm going to hide at the shunting yard and keep a close watch. I can come with you, Thomas. You might find it a bit scary on your own.
I love it when
So
best
that
friends
night,
do stuff
Thomas
together.
and Percy went to the shunting yard
I know, Pinkie.
and found a perfect hiding place behind a shed. From there, they could see the whole of the shunting yard. And what a mess it was. There were cars scattered all over the place.
When someone comes to tidy them up, we will catch them red-handed. You wait and see.
And with that,
Or red
they
wheel.
waited and watched, and watched and waited. Until suddenly,
Oh!
Percy jumped.
It's only the town clock striking midnight, Percy.
My goodness.
Nothing to worry about.
But it wasn't entirely nothing,
Oh?
because from out of the shadows came something moving.
Percy, over there. It can't be. It looks like a...
What is that?
Tiny little engine.
A tiny
Sure
little
enough,
engine.
the tiniest engine they had ever seen came chuffing into the yard.
Oh, I bet it
In
was
the
cute.
moonlight, Thomas could see it was being driven by two tiny elves, a boy and a girl,
Ooh!
dressed in torn clothes and covered in soot from head to toe.
Whoa!
Fizzling fireboxes.
Fizzling elves, more like.
As Thomas and Percy
Sweet,
looked on in
sweet.
amazement, the two little elves in their little engine started to push the cars neatly into rows.
Whoa!
And as they went, they danced and skipped and sang.
Shunting makes us happy, we never ever moan. But we'd be even happier with a railway of our own. With a railway of our own.
Oh, that's a nice little
No
ditty.
sooner had the cars been placed into rows, and they were as neat and tidy as cars have ever been.
So that's who's been
The two
doing
little
that.
elves and their little engine disappear into the night.
Shunting makes us happy, we never ever moan. But we'd be even happier with a railway of our own. With a railway of our own.
Wow.
Well, that was really useful. And so kind. We
Indeed.
must show them how grateful we are, Percy.
And for the second time in one day, another idea flew into Thomas's funnel.
Wow. He's on a roll with these
The
ideas.
next morning,
Indeed.
Thomas told Sir Topham Hatt about the little elves and their magical little engine, and asked for his help.
I'd be delighted to, Thomas.
Oh.
Imagine that! Two little elves driving an elf train on my railway. You don't see that every day.
Indeed, Topham.
Sir Topham Hatt gathered up some tiny railway tracks and a shiny little guard's whistle, while Lady Hatt helped by sewing together some little railway conductor outfits and some little red and green flags.
Ooh!
Then everything was packed into two little railway cars, which were put out in the shunting yard. That night, Thomas, Percy and Sir Topham Hatt hid behind the shed, where they waited and watched, and watched and waited, until,
Midnight again.
as the clock chimed midnight, out from the shadows came the little elf train,
So
driven by
that's
the
why
two
Thomas
little
could
elves.
catch him early in the morning.
Look, there they are. Oh, shh, nobody move. Nobody say anything.
The little elf train was about to push the first car into the siding, when the elves saw the two tiny cars. Curiously, they chuffed over to them. When they looked into the cars and saw what was inside, they were at first puzzled and then delighted.
Look, railway tracks and proper clothes.
And flags and a whistle. Our very own railway.
Thomas, Percy and Sir Top of Hat were very happy to have made the little elves' wish come true.
I'm happy they're happy.
Dancing and
Me
skipping
too.
with joy, the elves dressed themselves in their new outfits. Then they coupled their elf train up to the tiny cars,
Let's go.
waved their little flags, and chuffed away into the night, never to be seen again.
Here we go. Chop, chop, chop.
Although, if you listen very carefully, you can often hear a distant peep peep of the little guard's whistle being blown. The end.
Whoa! What a truly magical tale! You said it, Pinkie. I must admit it was really interesting as well as enchanting. Imagine it! 2 little elves driving a little tiny train. That was very nice that they tidied up the yard more than once. Yeah. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed this little fairy tale we wanted to listen to that was just released today. We loved it, and we hope you all did too. This has been Princess Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, and Princess Celestia saying good night. Good night, YouTubers.